They've got to string these together.
I want a good game between these two.
Yeah, here's some diversity you're seeing. I mean, the double nade stack, just in case the boost is coming in a little delayed. Pretty standard, but it's just good to see Virtus.pro still being active on the map.
Listen, you know I love diversity in esports.
Yeah, you're a big fan of that.
It's the only reason I'm here. Double AWP still with VP. And I hope they keep this up. That'd be very, very fun. I feel as though once FaZe gets that CT side as well, you know, it's not like the breaks suddenly come into place. They're still just as good. So
it does worry you though, right? Because we've seen these double ops as, you know, if FaZe gets into a bomb site, all of a sudden VP hasn't been able to make it work. So
yeah,
you've got to stop them before they get there. And I'm glad to see they moved around. Pasha for a time was at forklift or that off, and they're going for a delayed peek in towards main, get the information, get the control. I believe it's Nico who's over in door. He should be able to call that one out. Here's the footsteps, here's the pop flash. Knows A main is taken over, so FaZe's response is to try and go mid, but Pasha's going to win that battle with the AWP.
Oh, this is quite enjoyable so far. Let's continue to see how they hold on. Finally, FaZe do get control in mid. Rain there did catch a glimpse of, I'm pretty sure, Pasha backing away. Call gets made. Guardian strikes. Down to the 4v4, and the A pressure starts to build. There's still Bialy towards A main, and Kerrigan's taking him away. That's good, but Neo might just be better. We'll see if Nico can deliver, though. He's made it through door. He's looking to try and tip the scales, and he has. That's maybe a route towards A open. Flash comes in, but his teammate falls. It's just him now. It's just Nico in a 1v2. He does have the bomb. No utility. Nothing to really play with. Takes the fight on the first. He wins it. Time is ticking, though. It's dwindling. Bomb will be planted, and Taz can't stop this. Molly goes in, but it's late. And now Nico is loose, and that's one thing you do not want to see. Nico, what an animal. Brilliant work from him towards the last. Taz just got outdone.
Oh, Taz is going to be upset because Nico just walks right in and eliminates him. The new, or I guess renew in-game leader for Virtus.pro. We'll see if he can manage this T side, but just great shots coming out from these USPs, using them perfectly. Olaf is a beast, and FaZe up 4-2 on the pistol round so quickly.
Yeah, it's not even that surprising. It's it's mad to see it being the case. So, bomb planted at least. That's still something. It might bring the Glocks to bear. Maybe give them a chance in this, but turning attention, Guardian finds the time to strike and. On that bomb, it's on Nico right now. Let's see where he plants. 8 seconds, bomb going in. He needs support. He needs a covering fire. Rain just unleashes fury. Glaive is there though. Oh, Nico needs to be absolutely precise, and he is. That's Nico. Absolutely taking this game by storm. And that was against a team on just pistols, but he still had to be so conservative with what he was doing then.
Yeah, and I thought that was going to be much easier for FaZe. They did everything perfect until they ran into opposition. They just got taken out. Defender, and he's also the one who's the anchor. He doesn't rotate away, so you want him to have a smoke. You want him to have Molotov and flashes, even if it means on the UMP. You just need him to have that utility to keep that choke point blocked off as long as possible.
Double flash, quite nice there. Was catching him, and this is looking fast as well. Yeah, they're sticking on that Mag 10, and the pre-fire from Dupree is just perfect. Be able to slow them down. They take the wind out of their sails, at least for now. Let's see if they keep this pace up, and they do. The flash is great again. Catches Device completely out, and Nico just brings the fire. And the Strollers just fall.
Just strolls in so casually, doesn't it? Great flash, and it didn't really blind Device to get picked off, but it did blind him from spotting that Nico had crossed the gap, so he's really just able to peek over that box. Device never saw it coming. Great nade onto Nico, but it's not going to take him out. He's got 3 kills. He could go for the ace here. Straw's going to challenge and go for this. Glaive is still smoked off, and yes, they are, but there's Kerrigan from behind, and now Glaive, his thought process should be just get away with that AWP. Bullets coming through the smoke. He's tagged up, but he is going to get away. They're
C1 for a second, but he's taking his time, letting the crossfire sink into place. Olaf Meister now needs to commit to an angle as well, but this retake looking less and less viable for Astralis.
Listen, if you're FaZe, once you get Guardian and Pit with an AWP, you got to be so happy. He can peek out at will. Unfortunately, doesn't find the timing. There it is. The peek. He grabs Glaive. One-on-one, up versus up. It's Device who's got to be quick, and he has no kit. I think it's already over, and Guardian closes it. He seals the deal. It's 5-1 in that.
Going to be exceptional. Chad, round by round, breaking down that in-depth strategy. It's going to be perfect. And what? They need to find a place to make these CZs work. Bring the guns to bear. As FaZe seem to kind of slink back in this very passive manner. Rain will be watching for this push out. He does have support from Pit, so he's not completely isolated. And this crossfire is so damn good. It does not move an inch, and there it is. FaZe pick up the game 16-6. This might be one to go download the...
It looked a little disorganized in the previous run trying to take Catwalk. That trade on Olafmeister didn't come in. It was a little late the second fight coming in. But at the moment, they had some presence in mid, and now they're going to retreat. Change up the position of attack over towards A again. Rain is close up. Guardian's going to be far back in CT spawn, and there's only one smoke on the Cloud9 side. That, I mean, you have to imagine that would be for CT spawn. And maybe take the fights, but that's it. You have to choose matches where he's allowed free reign.
Fast mid take here from Cloud9. It seems really a high pressure one, whether or not they commit. It looks like Automatic wants to, but getting tagged up from the back and from Connector, it's not good enough. They tried to go quicker. They tried to, again, get in their face and maybe make this fast split towards B, but they've got to still get past these guys. That's Skadoodle come into the matter. Finally getting to see a bit of action from him. Rush takes down Kerrigan. That's perfect. And now Tarek has to control. Plan's been noted. 25 seconds now. Cloud9 taking a mad dash towards A. I don't know what they can do with this. Tarek's just leading the troops through. The little conga line towards A, but the thing is there's still players here. There is still Nico who can deny plants. There's still one in CT, that being Rain. They only have, well, they have nothing. They only have that AWP and a couple of demons, and that's it. Angle spotted out by Rain. Rush goes. Can they stop the bomb plant? Yes, great stuff from Rain. Again, the anchor as ever, as Automatic has to fall as well. They tried what they could, but you didn't get any further.
It was great from Nico as well. Plenty of time.
To be coming out of this one, as said, starting on that CT side, FaZe looking for their opportunities to begin this one off quickly, get it rolling and not drop anything too fast.
Nico's going to be the one pressuring. Here he comes, and actually going to fall right back with it, but it's Rain from the other angle. 2 kills. All of a sudden, Cloud9 on the back foot. It didn't even look like they wanted to commit to it. Looked like they wanted to fall away. It's a good thing they didn't, because they have demolished this defense. Skadoodle being forced back behind the smoke, and all of his team. Well, and that's just, I mean, staying up that aggressive for so long. You're overextended. You have no one's there to watch your back. That's too easy. So miscalculating the position he was in.
And that's the thing that's not confusing, but it kind of keeps you on edge, because Stu is his last teammate, but still, we can come back to that. This is going to be down to the players who are dedicated towards this B site, and now it's just going to be Tarek. They're burning alive, and he's been swept aside. FaZe are very much in control here. Stewie's just watched his teammates get obliterated, and there's nothing he can really do about this unless he gets a gifted a freebie. And that's not bad. Nico going down makes it a 1v3, but I think...
I mean, that's a win for FaZe, even if he only gets 1 kill. All Rain, this is a timing. They just get around the corner. Look at Kerrigan, he's just pushing forward again. The no respect, Screw, you got to turn around. You have that AWP, Stewie just taking the initial pick, and he's just getting wrapped. He has nothing. I don't know if he couldn't hear it, but Kerrigan just doesn't slow down, and the 8 bomb site is over again. This is just a stomping. Yeah,
it really is. This is pretty brutal so far. And I want to see that aggression from Cloud9. I want to see the confidence, but when you're being broken and beaten like this, 15-3, Cloud9 on the verge of being crushed under the weight of FaZe, looking like a real titan coming through this tournament. As said, not dropping more than, I think, 7 rounds thus far.
Still holds true, doesn't it?
It's just unbelievable, isn't it? These guys have been so strong, and if anything, if you're a thinking man, if you kind of don't believe into the stories and all the fairy tales and all of that jazz, you'd expect a result like this. But we all hope for a bit of a battle. We hope for that brawl, but so far this is a very one-sided affair, as Guardian now looks to further himself, only dying 4 times this entire game, 20 kills as well. He's having a bit of a blister or 2. As now another victim presents themselves. 1 rifle is all they have and not much more. A scout there too. Attack comes in. Smoke comes up. And that smoke was from the other side of things too. That smoke was from pretty far away, I'm pretty sure. So Guardian being played in here, being made safe by his teammates. As it looks like Cloud9 are trying to rally themselves forward.
Doing their best, but they've got a long road still and plenty of opposition. Rain going to be the first one up, and he's been so stellar. There's no stopping him. He doesn't miss a beat. Great headshot on Tarek. Now he gets aggressive, but Kerrigan takes that out for him. And actually, it's just all the kills coming in so quickly. FaZe Clan, they stroll their way into the grand finals here at ESL 1 New York. Made it look easy. We said this roster has a lot of potential, a lot of talent, and you saw it there. Casual high fives as they stand up from their PCs.
Absolute animals, though, you've got to say. Watching FaZe, it is scary. It really is. You see the potential of every single player. You look at Guardian, he's finding form again. Because, let's be honest, during Navi's, taper off, it was hard to watch sometimes. The guy wasn't on form, but it looks like he's right back in this, being played in well, good positioning. Olaf Meister having games coming through. Reigns consistent as hell. Carrigan with that brilliant mentality.
Yep.
Nico, what a powerhouse he is as well himself. For Cloud9, this has got to be a loss that certainly stings. Wasn't a pretty one, but you don't come against a team like FaZe and expect to get away with much more.
Right, I mean, you're definitely, even in victories, you're going to come out with some bruises, but still for Cloud9, I mean, like I said, it's a learning experience moving forward. This is, you know, one of the first times this team has had this kind of a pressure put on them. You still have a lot of things to figure out. And FaZe right now, I mean, they had the same thing coming in with this roster, and they just seem to be a little bit farther along. Definitely the advantage of some leadership, but what can you really say? At the end of the day, I think you still have to give props to Cloud9 for a good top 4 finish.
Absolutely, they did put up a great performance throughout the group stage. They took down some big names, certainly pushing Guardian's old team to their limit as well. So we're going to be seeing what can happen throughout this sort of thing. And I like the idea of what Cloud9 have done. They've certainly created a nice opportunity with this roster. If they get the pieces in the right place, you've seen what Liquid were able to do. You could certainly see that apply with Cloud9.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the big piece of the puzzle, right, is it's leadership. So that's what the focus on. It was just a change in leadership over to Tarek. Stewie was doing it beforehand. They'll just have to figure a couple things out.
All right, that's enough from us. Thank you very much so far, but let's hear from the man on stage. OJ, how's Carrigan feeling after that one?
Well, let's ask him that, Lauren. Carrigan, you absolute heartbreaker.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I mean, we have a lot of Cloud9 fans here, but the show you just put on, I mean, that was some awesome performance.
Yeah, I feel the team is clicking in so many ways. We can play our city sides very good. We have a lot of clever players and playmakers, and it's hard to control when you're up that much. People want to do more stuff and get more into the game. But in the end, the whole team performance today was just amazing.
I've talked about this lineup here as a bunch of rock stars. You've got some big names who come in from other teams. How are you making that all gel together? Because that, I would guess, is the hardest part of this.
Me and Robin is having many hotel nights together, thinking about how to play different maps together. I think we have been showing the last few days in Atlanta and here in New York that we're hitting a good level of Counter-Strike right now, and I feel like we can even be better than now. We still do some mistakes, and I always feel like we improved our mistakes from Malmö, and here we are in the final.
Did you watch the Liquid match earlier on?
Yeah, I feel like Liquid has been on a rise lately, and they played really, really good in Mykonos.
I said, who's ready to meet the teams? Then New York, let us do that. So please welcome to the stage the first of your grand finalists. That is FaZe! But it takes 2 to tango, our second grand finalist. A team that Carrigan said yesterday, if they beat FaZe,
both being the best player in the world. The potential level of this 5-man unit is off the scale. Guardian's been finding form once again. Olaf Meister looking like his old self. And the way they've been performing so far, sure, only 4 maps so far, but it's looked lights out. No one can touch them. The likes of Astralis getting blown out the water by these guys.
Toe-to-toe, they'll try and go. Liquid get
going forward.
Rain, good find, catches JDM jumping through. Pistols won't amount to much. Bomb goes down inside of the smoke as well toward the mid wall, which now has Guardian, Carrigan, Olaf, and Rain.
It's a scary team, isn't it?
Yeah, all watching it. That is, yeah, saying those names in sequence.
Yeah.
A year ago, that would have been someone frothing at the mouth over a fantasy team, and now we have it on paper, and they've got a 4-0 lead against Liquid, who will go back to guns with a full lost round bonus. Need to start getting some kills on the board. They've only got 5.
Things up, he goes straight towards second middle as well. JDM has spotted him, low HP for Nico, surely around him, and Nico takes down the first. JDM fighting back, but it's not enough. Olofmeister and Nico going to town, and it's once again a huge advantage for FaZe.
Your op pushes the smoke and gets a kill. He's just sitting in the open. With an AWP, he has to recock to get another shot off, and no one pushes through for the trade. He completely is on his own. Liquid's well out of sync.
Yeah, this is just... That was, to be fair, when I'm boosted up as well. Oh, I'm fearing the worst of them. How do you even flash him? You got nothing. Here we go. Deep breath. Don't even check the boost apparently, but there it is. Nitro gets his first, and it will be Nico to find him at the same time. The Dak doesn't work out as JDM finds the third frag.
Kerrigan dies in the last rounds. So too to see in this one. Oh, the auto sniper that gives it Liquid their best chance, except that Nico's still in the back of the site. And he's got accuracy. He's got
my God. Get off the server.
He does not even need full ammunition. Give him half, give him 15 bullets for the AK at this point.
This side of the map with 5 players without executing very quickly. Here it comes. Molotov's in. Flashbangs deployed as well. Kerrigan to find the first frag. Can't do it. Hello, Stan. 2 kills for him. Twist chiming in as well. It's up to Nico to pick up the pieces now.
And Twist smartly gets inside of the smoke to avoid Guardian. However, he gets behind the pillar. Nico, he steps up. Suddenly, it's down to a one-on-one despite Stan's great start. And it's Nico versus Elige, and Nico's got accuracy every time.
How has he done that? Unbelievable. We need that down to like 5%. I've overpassed for Liquid, but still not out of this one just yet.
Nade goes through and Rain gets tagged. Guardian. The site finds Twist in the head. Finds Nitro in the chest. And they'll take the treasure straight to the B site. Fast plant on top of the platform. Stan again locked out toward the jungle. He's going bad to worse. Guardian can't hit every single shot, but that's fine. He's done enough as they hold the position.
Elige on 15 kills. If he can continue that in this pistol, maybe we have a chance to work with him. Round number 16. In terms of the buy. Don't let me get it. Oh my God, what has happened? Rain at long, looking for blood, and he gets 4 headshots. It's over. The refs called it. They're dead. It's, oh my God.
Wow. Wow. That is ridiculous.
I was just looking into the buy. For a scout, a UMP, and a Famous. If they lost this, what a gutting way to finish it would be for Liquid. But if they managed to take it to overtime, everything reset, and the form they're showing now, they might just have a chance here.
Nico and Olaf, the only ones toward B. It's been trades that have favored Liquid. If they trade equally against 2 players in the site, they should be able to hold it off. They go, smoke, lineup, a lineup they've got to get out of. Nico's got them sitting in the rights of the traps. No. It goes to the pistol. If they lose like this, it would be a disaster. But what a play from Nico to make it a possibility.
No.
Stanislav.
Final champions here. Kerrigan and 1 defuse get 1 smoke to work with him. And they go towards the underpass. Guardian lying in wait. You can hear them coming.
Bye. He's going to try to be sneaky, but if he's going to be sneaky, he's got to hit shots. Elige does much better in doing so. Twist will hold off the vents. They don't have access to the site just yet. They'll wait for Nitro to get in position in Palace because Elige holds with Bomb, and they just want to see what rotations will come their way. It's actually a decent map control to have because they could still open up. It does go down to Stan, who, I'll give him credit, has looked impressive in this game, considering the situations. He's with more confidence than we saw yesterday and early on in this series. Just 1 man down. He has position at Tetris, but the rest of his team spread out. Nitro still looking at the underpass with JDM, waiting to see if there will be further regression at middle.
We had a footstep on the Tetris area, unfortunately for him, so Nico well aware and hungry for blood as well. He already found 2 kills towards that underpass area. Molotov towards CD spawn, desperate at this point, hoping it forces someone out, but if anything, this gives his position away with the trajectory and where it was thrown from.
Nitro starts to go on to B. Makes a bit of contact that keeps Olaf at bay, and Kerrigan stays towards CT if he has to rotate, but they've not sold anything. This is by no means successful in fake if that was the plan, as Nico takes down Stan. JDM caught by Kerrigan. On terrain, 2 low HP players who have rifles with armor, but that's a factor when you consider how low they are. And then Twist, who's trying to get close enough to get pistol into effect. He's the one that needs to bait off of this. He's crossed down. He knows where he is. Rain's got the hard part done. Elige, it would take 1 bullet. 51, it would take 1 the other way as well if he's not careful. So he still has something to consider. Elige does not have a kick. But the shadow
my God.
And Rain pulls back the round.
All you can do is fist bump at that point for Team Liquid at 3 versus 1 situation. It seemed like such a beautiful fake there. All the smokes, the flashbangs, the Molotov deployed towards B. And as soon as they actually throw those Molotovs and smokes in, they're down towards the underpass. They're ready to split. as soon as they do that. Nico making it look like he's coming for a flank. He finds the opening kill at A. They all come in towards Connector. It's just done. There's no way you can win that round. They have to force buy here, Liquid. 15-4, 11 championship points to play with here, FaZe. This should be where they close it out, though. SMGs, Famises, and maybe a set piece coming in. Looks like the A split is very likely. The bomb towards A ramp, but Legion Twist, no, they have to work hard for the frags here. Waiting on the other side of the smoke. No kills being exchanged as of yet as we head towards shore.
Legion Twist could be a threat. Kerrigan seems to think they're, or at least know that they're there, but when they go for the lead, that's when they strike. Good trade. Legion needs to double it if they want any chance, and that's gone. This makes problems worse because JDM gets smoked off, backed away. And FaZe continue to apply the pressure. Olaf through the window, gets one, gets traded out, a bomb planted, and again, there is no kits, an MP9. And a Nico well in the way as he goes back to Sandwich.
I don't know how they do this. How are they going to pull this one out? They've got smokes and flashbangs, that's about it.
In the nades rain. The Arsenal toward the firebox in hope of a kill. All in one position, and Guardian makes it just Nitro to find the flash! And Nico fittingly gets the last kill as FaZe dominate New York in 2017 in the Barclays Center all the way through this tournament. They've looked so good.
Not dropping a single map so far. A solid unit, a super team of sorts. Everyone stepping up in this grand final. It looked like Liquid could do something on the second map. They made it the closest scoreline ever in the tournament for FaZe on that 16-14. It's been a great run for Liquid. 2 grand finals and back-to-back tournaments, but there it is. It will be the 3-0 sweep.
And credit to Liquid, as you say, 2 back-to-back finals. But credit to FaZe Clan, they took a risk to try and change up players despite having decent success aside from the major. And Guardian gets his back-to-back trophy. New York 2017, FaZe are your champions. And they'll let the new boys get the trophy. Guardian's done this before. Olaf joins him.
That was some grand final, almost as good as the sign that man's holding up just there. Carrigan, as the head of this team, we've talked about it being a super team. I've mentioned it, Henry was talking about it. This was some performance.
It was amazing. I don't know what to say. We won. We haven't lost a single map this tournament, and it's just amazing to be part of this team and part of a journey that just started.
Well, you say this journey's just started, and you have just lifted the ESL 1 trophy. It's back over there with you. How good can you be?
I think we showed today what we can do if all players are hitting their peak. But you also have to be honest, if some players don't hit their peak, we need some structure, and that's what we need to work on the rest of the year. We're not ready to be the world champ right now, but we will be in 1 month or 2 months.
How much do you think it was a risk putting this team together? When you changed it, because it was a fairly newish lineup anyway, how much was that a risk, do you think?
I think when people look at our previous result with our lineup, it was a good result. We had 4 finals in a row, 5 top 4, but there was something missing. And I think we found the missing piece in Guardian and Olaf Meister, so I'm so glad that FaZe could bring them on board.
Well, you are the ESL 1 champions here in the Barclays Center.